My kind of documentary, I like to have an impact on the society. Documentary film usually is not for entertainment, it's for a cause. I am Ruby Yang. I'm a filmmaker and a producer. I've been making documentary for the last 30 years. And my work has been very much focused on underprivileged group. And I, through my work, make positive changes to the society.
What kind of stories you evaluate is the most valuable or most the one you want to record and you want to express them?
It depends on my stage in life. When I went to the US and I lived there, I want to do more about the history of Chinese American because that's really close to me.
Just like you tell us, you both stay in Hong Kong and the United States. So how do you think about yourself to connect the Western and the Eastern culture together?
Well, I think the unique situation was that I was born in Hong Kong, and when I went to the US, you are a minority. There was a lot of Chinese American lonely men living in San Francisco. They never learned how to speak English. They are being trapped in this small community. So I learned that discrimination. I learned that if you are a minority, if you don't have a voice, you are very much being disadvantaged in the society.
Right.
And that's the reason why I'm going into documentary. I want to tell their voice and shape them in a three-dimensional character. So the larger audience know how they live, their struggle, their history. So that really gives me the sort of idea to always make film about the underprivileged or disadvantaged group. My first actually internship job was with Wing Wang, director of Joy Luck Club. And they were looking for a Cantonese translator. So I said, of course, I can translate for you. And then that was my learning experience. I'm very interested in the Chinese American history. So I joined a group of people who were then making documentaries for the public television.
Then you become the producer in the last aristocrat in that movie.
Yes, that was actually my first kind of big production.
Yeah.
他那样子真吓人。
Surgeon, he was very demanding, but then since he's working in the US, the circumstances is very different from China. And so I got yelled at, 给他骂了, because I was not able to probably, as efficient as the crew in Shanghai. But after he was happy. Being a documentary filmmaker is not easy.
Yeah.
So I still have to continue editing. So before that, I met Zhong Chen Chong. I edited two of her films, 听雨, and then Autumn in New York. So we work very well together because as both women, and we have very close sensitivity. So that was a very happy collaboration with Chen Zhong. I was helping her with post-production because she was first-time director. All my skill that I learned from documentary feature film, I put it in good use to help her craft it. So it turned out to be pretty good film. I think for a documentary filmmaker, it's very hard to work on feature film. For me, working in feature films, learn a lot about the craft. So I polish my craft in the feature film world.
I think your first documentary is Citizen Hong Kong, right?
That was my first feature documentaries. It's about a place that I grew up and about identity, about how my parents came to Hong Kong, how they grew up, and also I also interview many young people that grew up in Hong Kong. Then I want to revisit Hong Kong through the young people's eyes.
A documentary you made, and which one has got the Oscar award? The Blood of Angel District. I think this one, you pay a lot of attention on it.
I always like to have story about the kind of special group. And when I was in the US, I read story about these AIDS orphans. So I think it's a very tragic story, and they were being discriminated about because they were double stigma. One, they were orphans, and also the parents had HIV/AIDS. So when I read the story, it really moved me. And I was very lucky. I have a very good producer, and he helped me with fundraising. 2004, we moved to Beijing and started doing the documentary, and also did a series of public service announcement, 公益广告. It tell people not to discriminate children with HIV/AIDS, and also ways of sharing meals with people who have HIV/AIDS. So those were, I think, very important message. And then at the same time, I was making the Blood of Angel District. I make a 8 minutes film after 10 years. And because so much have changed, and the children have sort of have a lot of care, and they were happy.
Right.
So it was from tragedy to a sort of hope.
Yeah.
So I always like to make documentary that span a long time, because that you can see the changes.
Okay, Ruby, so how do you comprehend the concept of on-site in the context of the documentary filmmaking?
When I'm on site doing the film, I usually make them relax first. Probably like you, ask a lot of questions, and eventually I got them really relaxed, and then I can ask the deep question, the more personal question. It's a lot of times by instinct, intuition. You just feel that something's going to happen. I always have the camera ready and to roll. I kind of know that if I get the really good part of the emotion, I will stop, because I don't want them to feel that I'm manipulating them. So you know when to start and when to stop. That's the key thing.
Okay, so what difference between the drama film and the documentaries do you think?
Lots of difference. Okay. But storytelling wise is of course the same. You have to tell a good story. But in documentary is doing research, also finding your protagonist, your subject, and you build trust with them. Because why would they tell you everything about their life if they don't trust you?
Yeah.
So building trust is important. And of course, narrative film is more for entertainment. Documentary film usually is not for entertainment, it's for a cause. That's also, there are of course many different kind of documentaries. So my kind of documentary, I like to have an impact on the society. When I moved to Hong Kong, I did a documentary about young people. Zhang Qi is about people who didn't excel in academic, but they excel in arts. And through arts education, they change. And I believe arts education is very important. I'm now focused more on arts education, and now I'm mentoring a lot of young people.
Yeah, I think this is better than winning an Oscar star, because your experience going to inspire more young generation in the future to make better documentaries.
Because I'm working at Hong Kong University, so the last couple of years I've been mentoring a lot of young students, And through their short films, I see a different fabric of the society, of a different community. I think that's important for the young people to document about their community and also their own personal life. So that's what I've been doing in the last 3 years. Okay. But I'm also producing a documentary about a disabled person who sadly passed away 2 years ago. But his legacy is very important because he was helping with a lot of Hong Kong disabled people fighting for their rights. And so my former assistant, she's doing that documentary. So I'm helping her in storytelling and try to help her with fundraising.
What type of the stories now the students pay attention on it?
It's all different. I think the young people want to focus on themselves now. So they want to tell their own story. That's interesting, and explore the situation with their family, maybe because they are mostly one-child generation. And also, I think they like to be in a comfort zone, which is more about their own community and their own family.
How do you think if they only focus themselves, do they will lose the meaning of the documentary?
I don't think so. For a young person, they have to find a way to express themselves first. Also, they have to learn the craft, learn how to make a film. So focus on themselves is okay because they are comfortable telling their own story. Eventually, they will branch out to make a more important story. That's the first step. I think if they as they mature, as they learn more about society, as they have more life experience, if they are interested in documentary, they will, discover the bigger world besides themselves.
Okay, will you tell them how do you discover the topic, or they just define by themselves?
Well, usually they have to find the topic, but after they come back with the ideas, I always ask them to expand the story, make it more talking about bigger picture. So I always ask my students to look deeper than just the surface.
As we know, you are even an educator for the 8th China International Philanthropic Movie Festivals. So we want to know in those past years, what a difference you see or what changes you see?
I see a huge difference in terms of artistic, technical skill, and the production value has improved a lot, and storytelling has also improved a lot. And I also want to point out that last year or 2 years ago, I saw a film they make with AI, and that was very encouraging, even though the technique wasn't that advanced yet. So right now, I'm also helping students to use AI in their documentary. So AI is a tool that you can use it wisely to help maybe recreate some archival scene, old footage, to make your storytelling better.
Because now people using the videography, and everyone could be like not that professional documentary filmmaker, but they could recording their life by the mobile phone or by the AI, just like you mentioned. So what do you think about technology will change or will affect the documentary record way in the future?
Well, of course, now everyone have a mobile phone. They can be a filmmaker. But at the end of the day, when you're shooting a selfie about yourself, it's not a story. So I think what is the film about? What are you trying to tell us? Why do we have to watch your film? That's more important. For entertainment, of course, you can entertain. But for documentary, it's that, you want to say something, or, what you want to say. Or if you do a very personal film, you don't want to bring so many cameras, then you bring your mobile phone in and you can interview, your close your grandma or your grandfather and do a very good film about their lives. So I think technology is definitely a help to tell better story, help to tell better visual story. But bottom line is still what do you want to tell? What story you want to tell?
In your working experience, have you ever facing some difficulties and make you want to give up, or how do you struggle with that? And do you have any suggestion to the young generation if they face this kind of situation?
Well, of course, I face many difficulties. And first of all, it's not easy to be a documentary filmmaker. So I would say to the young people, don't give up. There's always an opportunity somewhere. If you try hard, then the door will open for you. Only if you give up, then the door will be closed.
Do you have more funding resources after you winning the award of the Oscar?
I would say that there are a lot more doors open, but I still have to look for funding. People trust you, not because of the award. It's that because your work is being justified. They validate you. They know that I care about young people. I care about these AIDS orphans. So they can see what I can do. I think that opened doors for sure.
How do you think now the people can help those really want to realize their dream, the young students or young generation?
Nowadays, also, there are many opportunities for pitching forums. So now people can pitch their project to some TV station, to overseas festival. That's a way to also get funding. So, of course, it's harder because it's more competition, but there are a lot more doors open to younger people.
Like the SmallRig Award, this kind of competition, do you think it's going to help the young generation?
I think whatever platform, visibility is very important. When you finish a film, you need to show it. It's a very good platform to showcase your film. I think definitely the more this kind of festival, the better.
As a head of the jury panel of the SmallRig Awards, so what is your standards for judging a high quality work? And what are your expectations for this year's SmallRig Awards?
I think with the award, with the bigger award, there will be more films enter. So I think it will attract a lot of quality work. And I hope that I can see good quality work from not just China, from all over the world.
We look forward to that too. And I think at the last, we hope you say some maybe inspiring words or suggestions to the young generation.
Well, I've been in this career for a long time, and I'm still making film. The key thing is really to be committed, have passion in your work, and always listen to people. Actually, being a good listener, you will become a good filmmaker. And also being curious. You have to be curious about life. If you're not curious about life or what's going on, then you cannot find good subject matter to film. See it, change it.